This is my PM routine using the Clears framework, and it is a good example of how I keep progress going even with minor signs of inflammation. I got my second pico laser this year about 2 weeks ago, and my temples are just a little itchy even though the rest of my skin is calm. So I'm using my Clears framework to adjust signals rather than push results. That means calm first, correction second. So I've already done double cleansing today to remove sunscreen as well as any other impurities. I've gone in with the Skin 104 light cleansing oil and the Claire Story Purify cleanser. Both are gentle on my skin. If you look at the Clears framework, I am intentionally skipping exfoliation or the lift part tonight. Even low-grade irritation can prolong melanocyte activation in pigment-prone skin, and exfoliating through inflammation is just going to slow pigment fading rather than speed it along, so it's a no. For my toner step, I'm going in with the Haru Haru Wonder Black Rice Moisture Toner. This step is about restoring water balance in the skin. Hydrated skin has better barrier enzyme activity and tolerates actives more predictably, so water balance matters for outcomes. Next, we're going in with actives, and the first one is the NIOD modulating glucosides. This is going on just on my temples. Mild itchiness is a sign of low-grade neuroinflammatory signaling, and the temples are thinner and more nerve dense, so they tend to flare early. This is going to help downregulate inflammation without increasing penetration or turnover. It's also 49-year-old brown skin logic. Pigmentation and aging are always having a meeting, so controlling inflammation and oxidative stress is going to matter for both. Next is antioxidant support with the NIOD superoxide dismutase 3 enzyme mist. This is my second bottle. This one's like all empty. I absolutely adore this. Oxidative stress, as we discussed, amplifies both inflammation and pigment signaling, so this helps keep that background noise down. For pigment control, I'm going to use Regimen Lab Level Serum, my holy grail, but I am going to deliberately avoid the temple area. This serum works through multiple pathways, including reducing inflammation-linked pigmentation and melanosome transfer without relying on exfoliation. Pigment correction works best when inflammation is quiet, so putting it on my temples is not going to help the pigmentation, and it's definitely not going to help the slight irritation that exists there. We're going to let it completely calm down before we go in with any real actives that give it stimulation. Also, you don't need my exact products to do this. What matters is the logic, calming inflammation. That's priority, then pigment control, and then regeneration. For moisturizer tonight, I'm using the Medicate Advanced Pro Collagen Peptide Cream. This isn't replacing my usual go-to, which you know is Dew Instant Angel. I've been trying this out, and I'm reaching for this specifically tonight because my skin wants cushioning, comfort, not correction. This does improve softness and flexibility of the skin, but to me, it is not a true barrier cream in the sense of cholesterol and fatty acids and ceramides. I am going to go into that a little bit more in detail when I am ready to review this, but for now, that's all I'm going to say. I also applied it selectively and kept it off of my temples so I do not overload reactive skin. My last step is the Definage Bioserum. This is where my regenerative focus lives in the PM. And just as a side note, I am not done with Allies of Skin. These live in my AM routine. It's just done me so much good that I cannot part with it. I'll talk more about why I'm keeping both in my routine, and I completely understand that not everybody is going to be able to. In that video, I'll share my logic as well as options for what you can do on any budget for what is needed for your skin. So instead of supplying external growth factors, Definage Bioserum works through defensin-mediated signaling to turn on the skin's own intrinsic repair pathways, particularly those involved in epidermal regeneration. Given where my skin is today, it's fabulous because I cannot use retinoids, I cannot use other actives right now, and I'm still getting regenerative benefit. Stratia Lipid Gold only for my temples. The clinical studies associated with Definage Bioserum show improvements in texture, in tone, in pores, in fine lines, in repair, overall skin quality, and increased epidermal thickness without any irritation-driven turnover. This isn't an overnight glow routine. It's about improving how the skin functions, how it repairs and holds results over time. This is what I mean when I say routines should respond to your skin. They're not meant to force an outcome. They are meant to facilitate your skin's journey to an outcome in the best, least inflammation-driven way possible. That's what gives you results for pigmentation, and that's what gives you results for anti-aging. So if your skin feels even a little bit off right now, this is your permission to simplify.